There's a story about how I believe there is an earthquake coming to United Kingdom of Great Britain. Earthquakes are rare in United Kingdom of Great Britain, but there should be one coming, and it should be the size of the Azusa Street Revival earthquake, which was an earthquake that was in America that happened 4 days after the start of a revival, and it made many people to turn to God to help them through the tough times because of the devastation of the earthquake. And we're going to get an earthquake, should be about that size, similar devastation, maybe even more, in Kent, Essex and East London. Anyway, this is a story of how I wound up in an earthquake after talking about earthquakes and sending a letter about an earthquake. Right, in 1996 I prayed the prayer, "Oh Lord God, give me a sign for the people," and the word earthquake popped out of my mouth. I was at Miracle Signs and Wonders Church, Burnt Oak, North London that day, and I was quite shocked and startled when the word earthquake popped out of my mouth, probably similar to Tourette's when it come out, but I believed it had something to do with God, so I believed that there was going to be an earthquake, and I was worried. In January 1997 I got the words train crash earthquake, and there was an alarm bell ringing in my soul, and all I kept getting was train crash earthquake, train crash earthquake, train crash earthquake. So I rang my friend, and when I rang my friend he said there had been a train crash, and I was even more startled then, because it was like I got the words train crash earthquake, train crash earthquakes, and there's been a train crash. So in March 1997, believing that it was my responsibility to announce the location of the earthquake, I wrote a letter to the Queen, believing that she was in charge of UK. It said, "To the Queen, there is going to be an earthquake, prepare to be judged." Some of the words on the lettering in the words were 2 inches high, and it looked like it was some kind of threat. My name and address was not on it. I got the address for the Queen from the local library, and 2 guys watched me post it. After they said, "Who are you sending that to?" and they saw the address, they jumped out their skin. In June 1997 I told a lot of people there was going to be an earthquake in London. Then I moved away in 2000, and in 2007 there was a 4.3 Richter scale earthquake in Folkestone. I had a flat in it, but God would not allow me to be in it. I think there's a reason for that as well. In 2009 there was a second earthquake in Folkestone. I was in the Folkestone library when it happened. It's a bit like a car crash, but like the actual building crashes, like as in a car crash where the car shakes, the building shaked. In November 2016 I returned to my own hometown, and I found someone who I'd spoken to about an earthquake in 1997. I asked them if they remembered me saying about earthquakes. They said yes, I thought you was off your head. So I told them the story that I'd been moved around from different town to different town, and I wound up in Folkestone, and there was a 4.3 Richter scale earthquake. In 2007 I had a flat in it, and in 2009 there was another earthquake, and I was in the library. They was gobsmacked and they smiled because they remembered what I said. Anyway, earthquakes in the UK are rare. In 2018 I prayed, "Oh Lord God, if there's going to be an earthquake in my hometown, then let me wind up in a random church and someone at random say, Jesus come riding triumphantly into Jerusalem on a donkey, and you're the donkey." I said this because all glory belongs to God, so we're just like donkeys with Jesus doing the work. And all the glory belongs to God and to Jesus for anything that gets done that is a work of God, and also for everything in your life. Anyway, so I prayed the prayer, "Oh Lord God, if there's going to be an earthquake in my hometown, then let me wind up in a random church and someone at random say, Jesus come riding triumphantly into Jerusalem on a donkey, and you're the donkey." I forgot all about the prayer by the Sunday, and I went to a random church. I just picked a church at random, went to it, sat down, and then the guy was speaking, and then he said, Jesus come riding triumphantly into Jerusalem on a donkey, and you're the donkey. He said, this is for someone that is here. Now, no one heard my prayer when I prayed it. So, and when he said that, I remembered the prayer, and I was like, oh, here we go. And so as far as I know, there is going to be a huge earthquake, and it will affect Kent, Essex and East London, and that is what I'm waiting for. It will cause mass devastation and hard times in Kent, Essex and East London. And that is because I've spoke about earthquakes before, wound up in an earthquake, and in UK they are rare, and I have plenty of witnesses to this fact, and quite sure that there's going to be the greatest revival of all time, because Smith Wigglesworth said it, and that it starts in the UK. I have Smith Wigglesworth's initials, and it should start after the earthquake. Thank you.